So hey guys, Manav this side and welcome to yet another new video on this new series of email marketing. And today we are going to discuss more about email warm-ups, right? So how to do the email warm-up process correctly, because there are a lot of misconception that is in the market that like first of all, what is email warm-up, right? Most of the people doing email marketing, cold email outreach, they don't know what is email warm-up and why is it important. Number two is, if email warm-up is so important, then how to do it properly. So all of this we are going to cover in today's video, so do not skip this video, and if you are ready, then let's start. So first of all, we have to understand that what is email warm-up. In my previous video, I have already told you, and again I'm going to repeat about what is email warm-up. So basically, when you are trying to do cold email outreach, then you have to bypass a lot of email service provider securities, because they don't want their customers to receive like spam emails or bulk emails or like cold DMs, because like it is kind of irritating for their customers as well. Like, you have to understand that if you are a business owner and you are getting a bunch of emails every single day that you don't want, that is so much frustrating. But like, this is business, so there's a famous saying that everything's fair is love, war and business. and that's why we already, like you guys and us, we already do email outreach. But today we are learning like what is the process of warm-up. So you have to understand that to bypass those very smart AI bots and algorithms from noticing that you are doing cold email outreach, you have to use some tricks, and one of them is email warming up. So what happens while you do warm up is, you actually give the emailing access of your from your email account to a software, which eventually sends couple of emails every single day from your email address to bunch of different other email address. And the major tricky part is that the algorithm makes sure that those emails where which they are sending, they are getting opened automatically, so that the servers where they are getting opened, they understand that yes, these is genuine emails, right? These are not old emails, because otherwise people wouldn't have opened it. And again, if people open by mistake, then they will not reply it. So to outsmart that also, these softwares replies to a certain percentage of the emails. So say for example, let's discuss more in details. So what happens is, say for example, you have set a limit of sending 30 emails per day through your email warm-up software. So what it will do is, it will ask you how many emails you are going to send per day and how you are going to increase it gradually. So if you set like from the day one it will be 2, then every single day it will be increased by 2 emails. So it will eventually be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in this way. And then again, it cannot continue for like unlimited, right? So you have to set a capping. So generally the capping is 30, like you should set 30 to 40 warm-up emails and not more than that. So the day it reaches 30 or 40, it is capped at that, and it will send automatically that number of emails and not exceed that, right? Again, there is a percentage option also available in every email warm-up software, that how many percentage, like how much percentage of emails do you want to get replied. So average is like 20 to 40%, so we generally recommend 30% of replies. So the ideal rate that you should structure your warm-up service is like starting with 2 emails from day one, to cap at 30 emails per day, and with a reply rate of 30%, right? This is the ideal scenario. Now to achieve this, what you will need, I'm going to cover in this video. So point number 1 is obviously getting an email warm-up software. Again, in the previous video I have mentioned that we use Warmup inbox, and I also recommend that because it is super cheap, only $9 per email per month, and you can add unlimited number of emails, doesn't matter. Next option is warmbox.ai, but it is a little bit costlier than Warmup Inbox, but it has some extra features. But I don't think they are so much important. That's why I recommend Warmup Inbox, because like you should always start with like low price products, and it is absolutely amazing. Like if you ask me to rate it in terms of like out of 10, I'll rate it a 10. So there is no like they have compromised nothing, but still they are cheap. So Warmup Inbox is my number one opinion, and you will get the link below, right? So that you don't need to bother about like where can I find the link. Next, point number 2 is you should have a Google Workspace account. Again, why a Google Workspace account? Why not any other provider like Outlook and Yahoo or some other providers? Because like Google is very much renowned, and it is so popular that all the Warmup like softwares, they have like dedicated Google account setup easily available for you. Like for the other server providers, you might have to do a couple of extra steps that you don't need to do at Google. Obviously, I'm not showing in this video like how you can set up your Google workspace with Warmup Inbox, because like you can get a lot of video out there on YouTube, so I'm not going to add another new one. But yeah, that is the process. So you have to have your domain ready, that I told in the previous video. Then you have to connect that with the Google Workspace, so that you can get your email ID, and that you have to connect with your Warmup software, so that the software can start sending emails on your behalf, and the email account keep getting warm, right? So because like before you warm up your account, I do not recommend starting your email marketing campaigns. So that is very important. So point number 3 is setting up the frequency, that I already have covered, but again I'm going to say. So what is the first thing you have to after you set up your Warmup account, they will ask you for the frequency, right? So the ideal frequency that we use and also recommend others is starting with 1 or 2 emails from the day 1, increase it by 2 emails on a daily basis, up to it reach like 30 emails per day. So on the first column where it will ask you the starting amount, it will be 1 or 2, right, depending on you. If you want to go slow and you don't want any email of your Warmup emails to land on spam, start with slow, like 1. Increase per day is 2, that is recommended. Don't go with 1, otherwise it will take a lot of time to begin the Warmup, complete the Warmup process. Not complete, I don't recommend completely switching off Warmup. I prefer continuing it even after your major 14 days have gone, right? So increase it by 2 per day. Then capping, a lot of people recommend 30, a lot of people recommend 40, but I keep it generally 30. Why? The reason behind it is I recommend sending 80 to 90, max 100 emails from one single email account per day, not more than that. Even though Google Workspace allows you 2000, still I recommend only 100, because otherwise they will very quickly understand that you are doing some cold email outreach, and they will block you or stop you, right? So do not do that, right? So for that reason, I generally prefer the safer side, that is 80 emails per day. So when I start my campaigns, I send 50 emails a day with 1 email, and 30 goes on Warmup, so total is 80. These numbers are very much confusing. A lot of people are doing email marketing, they don't know what is the 80 number. In total we can send campaign of 80 and Warmup 30, so it will be 110. I don't recommend that, right? I recommend sending total 80 emails, including Warmup, including follow-up, every single thing, right? So yeah, so how to calculate how follow up and fresh emails totally comes under 50 emails that we are sending, instead of in addition of the 30 Warmup emails. I will have a separate video on that, how to not clash your new campaigns and follow-ups, right? I will have a completely separate video on that. But in this video you have to understand that not more than 30 emails is recommended, because otherwise you will have to cut down on your campaign emails that you send on your campaigns, right? So yeah, that is the frequency. Again, you can test on plus and minus according to you, but this is the sequence that we are having. Next is the point number 4, that is how many days you should do Warmup. That is 14 days. Do complete focus on 14 days warm up before you send any single campaign, right? No campaigns up to 14 days of warm up. Then when it eventually reaches 30 emails per day at your warm up software, then only you like go with sending your campaigns, like. And the frequency, again I'll be covering the campaign sending frequency in the next video. But for warm-ups, after, even like a lot of people will say that after 14 days you don't need any warm-up, but I recommend that even after 14 days you stay like consistent with warm-up, because like sending 30 emails per day and getting a 30% open rate will eventually ensure that your Google servers and Outlook servers and all the other servers, they don't notice that you're not getting even a good number of open rates, because like open rates matter a lot and reply rate matter more than that. So if you are getting a lot of your emails opened and replied through warm up software, it will eventually signify that you are doing valid activity, not doing cold outreach, because though they don't know that it is done by email like warm up softwares, they will think that genuine people are opening your emails. So out of 80 emails, right, a couple of emails will get like opened and replied, so they will think that yes, this is not a valid like invalid activity, right? So that is why I recommend continuing the email warm up always. And the last point is super important that a lot of people don't cover, is you have to reduce the number of emails you sending like for warm up if the emails started getting into spam. Like even in warm up phase also, your emails can get into spam, and your warm up software will show you how many are going into spam. So if you see that a couple of emails are going into spam regularly, then you have to reduce the number of emails sent every day, or the frequency of increasing. If you are into the initial 14 days, so the frequency of increasing, if you have like set 3 or 4 per day, then you have to increase it to 2 or 1, right? And if you are after the 14 days of the first, like where you are sending continuously 30 emails per day, and still you are getting 1 or 2 emails out of like every single, or like a couple of days after like sending into the spam, then you can reduce the number a little bit. And then again, when you start getting into like 100% valid email inbox, then you again can increase it to 30, right? That is very important. A lot of people don't cover, but this is so important to like maintain your domain reputation. Otherwise you'll end up ruining your domain so quickly that you have to buy another one, right? So yeah, that's it, the process. That was the process of warming up. If you have any questions, you can put that in the comment, and make sure to like and subscribe this channel, because we put this kind of email marketing and client getting videos on this channel regularly. So yeah, that's it for this video. Bye bye.